Hello everyone and welcome to another grocery haul. This week we're gonna do the same thing, Fiesta and HEB, but there's a difference, actually two differences from the last video that I posted. This time I challenged myself to use up as much as possible from my pantry and freezer and fridge because I'm getting a sense of like anxiety from the things that are accumulating in there. So I'm gonna try and use up as much as possible. And the second challenge is that I want to film and show you guys a whole week of meals based on these groceries and also based on the stuff that I already have in my house. So without further ado, let's go shopping.
Yeah, I asked Spice what time they don't have neither. I asked him before you get
So we're done at Fiesta with a total of $26.92 for I think maybe 15 things that I will detail later. But now we're on our way to HEB for the rest of the things. And also, I forgot to say, but this time I actually have an actual meal plan. Like, not a full meal plan, but the list of all the dinners that I want to make for this week. Not necessarily in a particular order. Okay, so here is our haul. Everything I got today, as per usual. Right side is Fiesta and left side is HEB. At Fiesta I ended up spending $26 on all of this, and HEB $77 and something. So for a total of 104 or 6, something like that. At HEB, the $77 were not just food. I had some non-food items as well, such as ibuprofen, Ziploc bags, Theraflu, and kids' toothpaste. So the total for just food at HEB was $59. This brings the total spend on food only, and yes, we consider beer as food, please don't judge. So what we spent on food only was $86, just like last haul we did. But full disclosure, we do have these things together with a bag of potatoes, a big cabbage, a big zucchini, a big cucumber, and some butternut squash and the cabbage. All of these produce and the one that I just mentioned were gifted to us yesterday after I made my actual pantry and fridge inventory. So for fairness, I'm gonna calculate the prices of all these extra things and I'm gonna add them to the final food budget for this week, and we'll see what we can make to use everything up. And yes, if you're wondering why, since we had bananas yesterday, I bought more bananas, it's because these are very ripen, and I'm thinking to make 2 banana breads plus a smoothie. There's 8 bananas in here, so we have to use them up. Time for a full rundown of all the prices of everything that I got. So at Fiesta, the loaves of bread were 80 cents, bananas $1.26, iceberg lettuce 99 cents, the chicken breast was $7.39, the chili powder $1.07, the beer $9.37, yellow onions 35 cents, Salad tomatoes, 69 cents. Gala apples, 79 cents. Avocados, 2 pieces for 87 cents. The carrots were 68 cents, and the coconut milk was $1.89. At HEB, the pretzels were $1.98. The feta cheese crumbles, $3.96. Green onions, 48 cents. The mozzarella ball, $5.49. The organic whole milk for half a gallon, $3.98. And then another full gallon of milk, $5.98. The malto meal was $2.98. The pancake and waffle mix, $2.78. The baby food pouches were 82 cents, and 93 cents. And then the sliced bacon, $2.99. The baby yogurt, $2.32. The olive oil was $9.88. The lunch meat was $3.48. Then the pasta, $1.12. String cheese, $2.84. The flour tortillas, $2.24. And the sparkling water was $4.26. Now going to the total food budget for the week. For the Fiesta and HEB haul, it was $86 on food alone. And then as far as the free produce value, I calculated that at Fiesta prices. For the pineapple, $1.85. For the cabbage, $2. For oranges, $3. Bananas, $1.50. Zucchini, $2. Butternut squash, $4. Cucumber, $1. And potatoes, $3. And this brings the grand total of our food spend for this week at $104.35. As I said, I do have an idea of a meal plan, not in a particular order. So if you're curious what I'm going to make this week, follow along. So my mom used to make this as a kid, but that just with farina. I guess the farina is another name for semolina. I think it's the same thing. Oh, it's done. I'm thinking of topping it with honey or maple syrup, and also with bananas and walnuts, like on the package. So we'll see how this turns out. Nice. Q&A. What did you think of the malto meal?
Delicious. Spectacular. 6 out of 5 stars.
Really?
It has to be a staple in the family. What else?
Can I make it creamier next time? Because it was kind of like a polenta.
If you made it creamier?
Like not much creamier, just like a little bit less solid.
If you made it creamier, it would void the first review. You decide. I'll be your guinea pig. Your happy, smiling, plump guinea pig.
Okay. Thank you, baby. So it's 10:34 a.m. My husband went to take our son for a walk, and I'm gonna be using this time to get started on our banana bread. We do have a favorite recipe. It's the first recipe that comes up in any Google search for banana bread recipe. So we have all our ingredients here. And I'm gonna be actually posting the link of the recipe in the description because I'm not gonna go through all the steps, but let's get started. I'm melting this on a very slow fire. It's gonna take a few minutes. Butter is almost ready. It's been like 3 minutes maybe. Bloop. So I mushed my bananas with a fork, and then I'm gonna beat the eggs and add them. So we have our eggs, we're mixing them up with the banana. I decided to use just half a cup of sugar because I want to be able to give this to our son throughout the week. He had it once and he really loved it, so if this is going to become a more frequent thing, it better have less sugar. Next I added my walnuts, and I still have to scrape this thing here on the bottom. A little bit of vanilla extract. So I added the baking soda and the rum and vanilla flavors. And now I'm going to add the melted butter. First, a good stir with the fork. I'm kind of nervous to use the mixer because our son is now taking his morning nap, but should be just a few quick seconds, hopefully. Actually, you know what? This looks decent enough, and I'm not gonna use the mixer because I just don't want to make the noise. The mixture is now in this greased pan, and it's gonna go in the oven at 350 degrees for 65 minutes. And this is our finished product, our banana bread, which smells so yummy. And we'll see how it is sliced in a bit. It needs to cool off first. We're ready to start cooking lunch, which is going to be butternut squash soup. And this is what we're using: onion, tomatoes, garlic, and of course butternut squash, which took forever to peel and chop. We have some cumin and of course olive oil. Oh, and we also have some chicken stock that I obtained from bouillon cubes. And now the olive oil is heating in this big pot. I'm also gonna add these celery sticks that are frozen for extra flavor. They're not in the recipe actually. And also because I wanna get rid of the celery because I have a lot of frozen celery. This has been cooking for like 5 minutes, and now I'm gonna add the chicken stock. This is with 6 cups of water, by the way. And then bring to a boil, and then add the butternut squash and boil again. Actually, I'm gonna add the celery too. And by the way, this is gonna come out because I don't like celery cooked in food, but I like the flavor. And now we're ready to add the butternut squash. Here it goes. I think this recipe will need more water because I see this becoming like a puree rather than a cream soup. This needs to boil for 30 minutes. This is our banana bread out of its pan. The only thing I am not crazy about in this recipe is that it's not raising that much. Like it usually comes out like this. And I think next time I'm gonna try replacing the baking soda with baking powder. Maybe it works better. But anyway, it's very tasty. Here's the inside. The bananas and the walnuts make it be like super dark, but it's normal.
Make it be like this. Baby, you have outdone yourself again.
Thank you. So my soup is boiled now. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna blend everything together with this blender, and then I am going to put it to boil again, add some more water, and then I'm gonna add some fine noodles just to make it more hearty and more filling. And because I also need to get rid of the noodles, I also added a little bit of tomato paste. I couldn't help myself. I know this is gonna come out like super orange, and honestly, the tomatoes that I put inside, I don't think they're gonna give so much flavor. So a little bit of tomato paste it is. Yeah, it's still very puree. So I ended up adding just half a cup of water, and now I'm bringing it to a boil, and then I'm gonna drop in the angel hair egg noodles. These are the noodles that I'm gonna use. We love them, and also our son loves them, so it's a win-win for everyone. I'm gonna add just a handful of these. They really go a long way. And this is supposed to cook for 6 minutes. Soup is almost done. All we need to do now is add feta crumbles and these freeze-dried chives. Of course, the recipe says fresh chives, but I didn't have any. I had these and I wanted to use them up. Having to do stuff with just one hand doesn't help with coordination and aesthetically pleasing things, but anyway, this is our soup. Yay! And this is our son's portion. He's also gonna have some roasted veggies from last night and also some mozzarella cheese. So yeah. Time to make some dinner. Tonight I'm gonna make chicken nuggets. It's the first time I'm attempting to make chicken nuggets, and I discovered, of course, after the grocery haul that I'm missing some of the things that they want, but I'll make it work. So we have our chicken breast, which I already chopped. We have a mashed potato. They said in the recipe that you need to do like a tablespoon of potato flakes and mix it into the chicken. So I didn't have potato flakes, and I actually didn't want to buy potato flakes just for this, so I just mashed a potato. I'm not gonna put all of it though, just like I guess a tablespoon, we'll see. The egg to roll them in before rolling them into the breadcrumbs, which I have here. It also asked for cornflakes, and I thought I had cornflakes in the cereal leftover, but my husband ate them in the meantime, and I did not know that. So anyway, we'll make do without them. Some grated Parmesan and Romano cheese. It asked for Parmesan, but I have this combination because I really like Romano. As a side dish for the boys, I'm gonna make sauteed green beans, which I'm not gonna eat because I don't like green beans. I guess I'm just gonna eat them with bread or something, and some salad. So we have our chicken, the mashed potato, some salt and pepper, and a little bit of water. My meat is processed and pasty. I have my breadcrumbs, and I'm gonna mix in the Parmesan and Romano. I have my egg mixture. So let's form these nuggets. So here are our chicken nuggets ready to go into the oven at 375 degrees for 15 minutes. We have the green beans, sauteing in olive oil, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and I turned my nuggets. Of course, it took more than 7 minutes. I think the timing in this recipe is completely wrong. So our nuggets are done. Of course, it didn't take 15 minutes. It took more like 25 to 30. But this is how they look like, and they are done inside as well. So I'm gonna start plating the food for our son. So this is what we have for our son. We have the green beans, the chicken nuggets in small pieces, and some tomato and some cucumber. Getting our son's lunchbox ready for tomorrow. I also put a whole nugget here in case he prefers to eat them whole. Who knows? Some cucumber, tomato, and green beans, and I'm gonna also put a piece of bread. Moving on to my husband's lunchbox with 5 nuggets, some cut green beans, and some leftover roast potatoes from Friday actually. Finally, our son is down for the night, so we are eating dinner. Yeah, I have 4 nuggets and some bread and a salad and 1 slice of banana bread, and my husband has more nuggets. I think that's 6, and the pickle and green bean and a bigger salad and some banana bread. Today's breakfast is waffles, and I'm using my HEB brand pancake and waffle mix, which is super great, and an egg, what else, 3/4 of a cup of milk, and 2 tablespoons of oil. So with the quantities from the recipe from the box, you get 2.5 waffles. These are 2, and this is the other half minus some pieces that our son had already and some mandarin for him. Now it's time for finishing up the lunch boxes. So for my husband, I added some pickles, an orange, and this little pack of chips that he got at an event on Friday. And this is the complete daycare food box, because it's not only lunch for our son. We have the chicken nuggets and the green beans in here, vegetables, fruit, yogurt, banana bread, string cheese, and some bread. Time for lunch. So I'm having these leftover chicken nuggets, some salad, some bread, and of course some banana bread. Dinner for our son today is this butternut squash soup that I made yesterday, and I'm gonna add some feta cheese crumbs and I think some crackers and the fruit, and that's gonna be his dinner. Dinner preparation commences with these pork chops or steaks or whatever they are, that I'm gonna season with this Creole seasoning that is the best possible seasoning for pork we came to discover. And I'm gonna accompany this with some fries and salad. Banana, mommy. Banana, mommy. Banana.
Hey!
Our cold dinner is finally ready. These steaks actually shrank a lot. Plus, half of the steak is actually bone. So there's that.
Half, come on. It's just the little things that know.
I mean, it's a lot. Like,
It's a lot of steak right there. Ooh.
yeah. Another day is close to done. I'm attempting malto meal again, but this time I'm going to use more milk. I put 2 cups in here and less malto meal. The recipe says on the box like 2/3 of a cup, but maybe I'll do less than that, like half a cup. I don't know, I'll see. And then I'm having some potatoes here. I'm gonna make some mashed potatoes for lunch for my son and my husband to pack with them. I have added my butter and my milk to the potatoes. Now I'll mash them, and it's already ready. I think I got it right this time. This is exactly what I was looking for. So 2 cups of milk and half a cup of malto meal. So this is baby's breakfast, and I put some banana and just a little drizzle of honey. Our son's food for the day is ready. We have this cracker, we have mandarin, red pepper, yogurt, cheese stick, and his main meal, which is the mashed potatoes and the pork. This is my husband's box: mashed potatoes, pork, orange, nectarine, pretzels, pickle, and his breakfast that he didn't have time to eat because he had to feed our son while I was making all this. For lunch, I had the leftover pork chop, and of course I was able to fry a potato for myself. Also, I made myself a mini salad with lettuce and radishes and celery and green onion. And I also had the leftover piece of banana from breakfast. It is 4:19 p.m. I just got off work, and it's time for another banana bread because the one I made on Sunday is currently reduced to this. We are going to have dinner tonight at my father-in-law's place. It's gonna be us and my husband's siblings, and they are going to make tortilla de papa, and we committed to bring dessert. So what better opportunity to use these overripe bananas. Additionally, because dinner is at 7 and I honestly don't know when the tortilla de papa will be ready, that's way past our son's dinner time, which is at 6, sometimes even 5:45. I'm also making some roasted veggies for him. I'm gonna add some frozen broccoli to this, and I'm also going to pair that with some mozzarella cheese and feed him before we leave, just to make sure he's not starving while there. And if he wants some of the tortilla de papa, we will feed him that as well, a few bites. If not, we're just gonna pack some for his lunch tomorrow. For the banana bread, I am going to try to substitute the baking soda with baking powder. I hope this will not be a fail, but like chemically, why would it fail? We'll see the result when it's ready. Veggies are done, so this is out of the way. This is banana bread number 2. So I don't see a very notable difference in height. Definitely the baking powder instead of baking soda did not work because it's still rather not super tall, but maybe the inside is better. By the way, change of plans, I will not be going because it got moved to 7:30 and it's right when our son should have his bedtime routine, so I'm just gonna stay home with him and just, you know, get him ready for bed and stuff. Voila. Oh, and I also used the hand mixer this time. It looks quite fluffy on the inside and well baked. It's just, I guess it wasn't a lot of mixture because I had half as many bananas as last time. I was supposed to use 3 bananas, but I ended up using 1.5 because the rest of 1.5 was just beyond any banana bread. They were just bad. So anyway, this is the finished product. So I'll be finishing up this butternut squash soup with some feta cheese and chives. And I have these, which are duros, which is a Mexican snack made of, I guess, wheat and water. The cool thing about it is that you fry it and then it explodes into something way bigger than this, and it's like a fluffy thing. Ah, this one I'm talking about. Yay! Woohoo! And actually, I decided to make myself this mini micro cucumber salad with obviously cucumber, olive oil, vinegar, salt, and a sprinkle of dill. And this is the full meal. I think it should be enough. Also, I am very much over cooking for the day. It's 8:33 and I just want to go to bed, honestly. Oatmeal is done, and I'm also gonna give him some banana. Lunchbox for my son is ready. So we have half of the veggies that I made last night and this tortilla de papa that I diced. By the way, tortilla de papa is kind of like an omelet, but with a lot of potatoes in it that like makes it look like a cake, basically. But it's very filling and very hearty. We have yogurt, we have red pepper and cucumber, we have a string of cheese, mandarin, and some Ritz crackers. And this is today. For my husband, I also decided to make this like mini sandwich with some turkey breast and sliced cheese and mustard and salad. I'm gonna stick these together. And I also found this mayonnaise in the fridge. I think it's from an event that he went to last Friday. He brought a sandwich home and this was from there. So yeah, because I don't think that just the tortilla will be enough. And this is the full lunch box. We have tortilla, we have the sandwich, we have a string of cheese, 2 pickles, apple, 2 mandarins, and some pretzel rods. And now if they have to go, it's so late. So I don't really have any time to make any breakfast for myself, so I'm gonna eat this banana bread. And you will notice it got smaller since last night when I cut it, and that's because my husband also had breakfast with this banana bread. So I think I'm gonna just finish it. It's just like 2 slices. Time for a mid-morning snack. I made myself a few more of these duros that I really love, and I'm gonna have them as a snack. It's lunchtime, so I'm making myself this sandwich with turkey breast and cheese, and I toasted my last piece of bread from those 2 mini breads. And I'm going to make myself a salad. Not much going on, just lettuce and radishes, and just call it a day. And lunch is ready. So tonight we're gonna have pasta. We're gonna use this big zucchini to make zucchini sauce. First I have my garlic sauteing in some olive oil. I'm gonna supplement with this garlic powder because that garlic is not enough and I don't have that much left, and I might need some the rest of the week. Italian seasoning, and of course salt. This is how it looks after I added the seasoning, and of course it's losing volume as it's losing water, but I'm gonna cover it now and just let it simmer. And I have my bread dough defrosting here. No idea when it's gonna be ready, but we'll just take it as we go. And this is how the zucchini looks after 10 minutes of cooking under the lid. I'm gonna turn off the fire now, and then I'm gonna put it all in the blender. Water is on the way to be boiling for the pasta. I'm going to let this pasta boil for 12 minutes. It says 10 to 12, but I'm usually on the higher side just because I don't like al dente pasta. Pasta is cooked, so now I'm gonna pour all the sauce and then I'm gonna mix it well.
Baby, damn. God damn, baby, you like making love to that pasta right there. Oof.
I think it needs a little something, so I'm gonna get a couple of leaves of basil from the garden and chop them super finely and just mix them in. Dinner for our son is served. We have the pork chop and the pasta. We have some pineapple here as dessert for our son. Yum. The bread is ready to go in the oven. It took maybe 4 hours to thaw and rise. So crossing fingers, it turns out as good as the previous 2 times that I made it. 7:55, not a bad time to start dinner. And we have the pasta, some extra basil, some Latin American spices from Axel Provisions. And that's kind of what's happening tonight. I think it may be needing another 5 minutes. This is after 25 minutes. 5 minutes later. Perfect. Every single time. I think I'm officially a fan. This morning I'm making quesadillas for breakfast, and I'm gonna make them with Mexican cheese, bacon, eggs, and of course my flour tortillas. First I have the bacon frying in a pan, and then we'll remove the bacon from here when it's done and scramble the eggs. Scrambling my eggs in the bacon fat, and I actually also added some Italian seasoning, and yes, I do add Italian seasoning to almost everything. I also added a pinch of salt, I have my tortillas filled up, and then I'm gonna fold them and press them really well and try to like equally distribute this blob. I'm actually planning to do 4 of these, and here they are flipped on the other side. Lunchbox for our son for today. We have the pasta, we have some pineapple, some red pepper, yogurt, and the leftover quesadilla is like about half of it that he did not finish. So that's going to be a snack, and also a cheese stick, which is also going to be a snack. Bag for my husband is also ready. We have pasta, we have the last piece of pork, pineapple, pickles, and we have this bag of corn chips from the company that his brother works at. He brought us some a few days ago, so this is what he's gonna have. And lastly, this is my breakfast, 2 of these quesadillas. I ended up making 5, 1 for my son, 2 for my husband, and 2 for myself. Quick lunch today, we have this super small portion of pasta, which is what was left over, and this mini cucumber salad, and 2 pieces of bread, 1 with sour cream, and 1 I'll just eat without salami. And that's kind of it. So for dinner tonight, I'm making chicken curry with basmati rice and of course coconut milk. And because this chicken breast is quite small, I didn't realize when I portioned and planned the meals that 1 chicken breast is not enough for like 6 portions of food between dinner and lunch tomorrow. I'm also going to use this cauliflower, this carrot to like just make more stuff in the sauce, and of course the rice is gonna be a lot. And also for our son, because the curry powder that I'm using in the curry is hot, and I don't want to give him spicy stuff, his dinner will be a little bit different. So it's gonna be just like chicken with, you know, sauteed in the pan, roasted a little bit, and with of course the rice, and with some of this stir fry. This is the chicken breast we're left with after I sauteed it, and I also saved some pieces for our son for his dinner and also for his lunch. Not much left actually, but we'll make it work. We have some onion that I also sauteed in here and some garlic, and now I'm actually gonna have to stop the fire and peel my carrot and chop it, and chop my cauliflower, and then I'm gonna start the fire again to add these to the mix, and then I'm gonna add the saucy part. Our rice is ready in the meantime, fluffy basmati rice. And this is how it looks with some carrots and cauliflower added in. I'm just gonna saute for another 3 minutes. My curry powder is in, and so is the tomato paste. And now I'm actually gonna add chicken broth. I forgot about that. I forgot to mention that, but good thing I looked at the recipe again, so it's not all lost. So 1 cup of chicken broth, which yes, I obtained by soaking a cube of bouillon in hot water. And here it is with the coconut milk, and I'm just gonna stir and blend this really well because it's supposed to look like a creamy cream color, orange color sauce. My frozen veggies are stir frying right now. I actually added not only the Italian seasoning but also garlic powder and a little bit of salt. And this is the full dinner plate for our son. We have the rice, we have the chicken, and we have the stir-fry veggies. And I'm also gonna chop this apple and see if he's ready to have like actual pieces of apple as opposed to like grated apple. But we'll see if this works. Curry is done. It is a bit more liquidy than I remember from when I made it the first time from this recipe, but I don't know, maybe the first time I forgot to add the chicken broth, or maybe it's the coconut milk that is more liquidy, the one that I had today versus the one that I had last time. Maybe I'll try to not buy the absolute cheapest can of coconut milk next time. But overall, it's looking pretty good. It's looking like a curry. And now our dinner is ready. Thursday is coming to an end with this beautiful dinner made of chicken, carrot, and cauliflower curry with basmati rice. And I also made some salads for both of us. And today is our wedding anniversary, actually. It's our 4th wedding anniversary. So Ivan was at HEB this evening and he got this German chocolate cake. So with this, see you tomorrow. Good morning, time for some breakfast. And of course, I added some Italian seasoning, per usual. This is our son's breakfast plate. We have the eggs, we have the toast, and we have some avocado. Hopefully he'll eat most of this. I have my doubts, but I always try. For Ivan and I, we're gonna do avocado toast with eggs on top. So I mashed the other half of the avocado, have toast here. I'm gonna just put everything together. I also have some lemon juice, salt and pepper here, obviously. I was actually worried that there's not gonna be enough eggs, but in this toast scenario, it's actually a lot. These look very Instagram, but I feel like they're gonna just fall apart and fall everywhere. Time for lunchbox check-in. So for my son, we have the veggies, we have the rice, and we have the chicken from last night. And also some crackers and this teeter thing and banana and 2 yogurts and cucumber and tomato. And why we have 2 yogurts and 2 snacks is because tonight he's gonna spend the night at my mother-in-law's. So 1 yogurt and 1 snack are for tomorrow morning, and the rest she's gonna cook some stuff for him. So this is what we have in the bag today. So for my husband, I'm making a sandwich with 2 slices of toast and cheese and some turkey breast, a lot of turkey breast because I'm trying to get rid of it because you're not supposed to use it for more than a week after opening it. And some mustard and some tomato. This is the sandwich, and also we have the curry and the vegetables and the rice from last night. And of course, per usual, we have 2 pickles, and I'm gonna give him a pear. Finally, time for me to have breakfast. The boys have just left, and so I'm having this avocado toast and also the leftover eggs and the leftover toast after my son ate the other half. And I have this half of what's left of the cake from last night. And this might look lavish for a typical Ella breakfast, but it will all make sense when you see my lunch, which is not much. Lunchtime is here. For me, it's 2:30. This is the best I could do. But we have some curry with some rice, and it's actually not as little as I thought. But I also made myself this mini tomato salad with some feta cheese and some onion and cucumbers, and of course a piece of bread, and the last remaining little piece of the cake from last night. No, this is not our Saturday breakfast. This is in fact our Friday dinner. And what happened was that I was planning to make pizza, but I forgot to take the dough out of the freezer. So now I'm whipping up an unplanned stir fry with bacon and cabbage and carrots and onion and garlic to eat with lo mein noodles. The smell is great, by the way. The bacon flavor makes everything more intense. In the meantime, I'm gonna prepare my sauce. So in this measuring cup, I'm gonna put maybe 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. This is the soy sauce. And then a tablespoon of sesame oil, and then just a glob of oyster sauce. And I'm also gonna add a teaspoon of sugar. The recipe calls for brown sugar, but of course I don't have that, so I'll just use sugar. Now we're going to mix everything together. And by the way, actually, the recipe also contains ginger, grated ginger, like 2 tablespoons of grated ginger, which I usually have, but now I don't have because I wasn't actually planning to make this dish this week. My water is boiling, so I'm going to add my lo mein noodles. It's almost a full pack, so it's gonna be enough just for tonight. No seconds, no nothing. And actually our son, change of plans, is going to have dinner with us, and then my mother-in-law is going to pick him up right after. This is the brand that we currently love for lo mein noodles. I found it at HEB. It's just like $1.98. This is how my noodles look like. I am going to start the fire and then strain them and then add them into the stirred fried veggies and bacon. I love how when you add the soy sauce, it starts to look Chinese all of a sudden. Very satisfying. Watching puppies, mommy. Watching puppies, watching puppies. Dinner is served. Very simple lo mein noodles and veggies for my husband and I. Almost forgot, last breakfast of this 7-day series of meals. It is very simple. Baby, don't rush. It is very simple. It's just oatmeal basically in the microwave.
And with a splash of milk.
And it's maple brown sugar, HEB brand. Awesome brand.
And don't forget this mate, this delicious mate.
And yes, Yvonne is having a mate.
Oof.
And I'm having instant coffee. Our Saturday lunch comprises these leftover lo mein plus some fries that Yvonne made while I was doing groceries. Okay, last meal of this series, we're gonna make pizza. It's Saturday night, and I have this bread dough that has been rising for a couple of hours too long. There's a lot of onion for a pizza, but I really wanted to get rid of it. Ha.
Oh my god, beware. The wife with one of those. Better make it fly in the air, baby.
I do not have that skill.
Why not? Just do it once for the camera, baby, for the camera. Hey, what's good? My baby, that was awesome.
And voila! This is our random pizza with random stuff thrown on it, which is always a recipe for success. And this is quite a roundish pizza. And we do need to buy some pizza pans, but not in the budget for now. What do you think, my baby?
I am living in a dream. Crazy eyes. Pizza eyes. Pizza face.
If you made it until here, this was our full week of meals with the grocery haul that I filmed last weekend. It's Saturday night, and I hope you enjoyed this journey with us. I can't believe when you actually film it, like how much do you actually cook in a week? Reflections. We did have one fail. I was planning to make the mango smoothie to kill the mango that we have in the freezer, and I did not get to do it because it required Greek yogurt. But by the time I was finally ready to make the mango smoothie, the yogurt was too old. So I guess I'm gonna do it next week because I got a whole tub of new Greek yogurt. Until next time, bye-bye.